If you are waiting for life to become fair, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. Thumbs up for a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now, this is something that a lot of people, men, women, kids, get caught up on fairness. They get caught up on, why did this person over there, why did they get that and I didn't get that? Why do they deserve the things that they got, or this one particular thing? Why did they get that woman, but I can't get that woman? I can't get no women, but that dude over there, he keep getting women. What is up with that? And see, that is a very counterproductive mindset for any person to have, especially a man. As men, we have to be productive. We have to keep rising. We have to move up in life. We cannot allow ourselves to get caught up in notions of fairness. And it's really a more feminine mindset to have to even care about fairness. Because one of the primary reasons why people even get caught up in, that's not fair, why don't I have that too? A big reason why people get caught up in that sort of mindset is they are very focused. They're just pinpointing, very focused on what someone else is getting out of life. Very focused on what someone else is getting out of life in comparison to themselves. And you really can't do that and expect to be a productive or even a happy person within your own life. If you are constantly watching what other people have, if you are constantly what's known as pocket watching, counting someone else's money, looking at what someone else has in comparison to yourself, if you are looking at them with envy, you are doing damage to yourself. Because ultimately, we already know life is not fair. We know this. This is why I say that it is not a masculine thing to be focused on fairness as a man, because you have to be reality. You have to live in reality as a man. You have to. You have to. There is no playing around. I could be delusional sometimes. You got to face reality. If you want to be a successful man in any aspect of your life, you must be realistic. There are no exceptions. You have to be realistic about your own situation, and you have to focus on what is the most productive path for me to take. And focusing on what someone else has and why they got it, it can be productive if done the proper way. And focusing on the fairness of it is never productive. It is never productive to look at what someone else has and say, they don't deserve that, I deserve that. That really doesn't even make any logical sense, to analyze what someone else has and believe that they don't actually deserve it, but somehow you deserve it. They got your trophy. And ultimately, the only way that you could ever even come to that sort of conclusion that they have something that you should have had, or you deserve that same thing, the only way that you could ever reach that conclusion is if and only if you are making many assumptions about how they actually obtained what they obtained. Because you are not them, and you do not put into practice exactly what they put into practice. We don't know all of the actions of another individual that is not ourselves. We don't see what someone is doing all of the time. We are not omnipresent. We can't see everything that a person is doing. So ultimately, we don't actually know what this person would be doing that is different from you. We don't actually know this in totality. We may recognize that there are some differences between that person and yourself, but we don't know the full depth of everything that they've done to achieve whatever they got. And to make this more understandable, let's just say a man driving around in a Lambo, a Lamborghini. You see the man pull up, park into a space, and let's say it's a younger man. Let's say it's a man that is in his early 30s in a Lamborghini. He parked right next to you. You see it. You don't know how he got that Lamborghini. You don't know if he borrowed it from somebody that he knows. You don't know anything about how this younger man obtained this extremely expensive car. You don't know how he got it. And you're thinking to yourself, damn, this man, he's riding around in a Lamborghini. I'm riding around in my 1982 Buick Regal. And that's not fair. Why does he get that? Why does he have that and I don't? And you see the unproductive nature of this interaction, of that mindset, of just wasting your time being envious of what someone else has. There's nothing productive about saying it should have been me. There's nothing productive about saying it should be me and not them, or I deserve what they got too. But you're not them. You don't know what work they may have put in on the back end. You have no idea what they may have done to achieve this. And as I've stated before in this video, the only productive aspect to observing what someone else has and desiring that is if you are sitting there taking notes. If you are wise enough simply just to ask them, just to speak to this person, instead of just hating on them from the sidelines, you walk up and you just ask them, hey, bro, like, what do you do? Or what sort of industry are you in? I'm just curious, and just spark up a conversation. Learn from those that are excelling past you. Learn from those that are doing better than you. Learn from those that are on a greater level than yourself from your own perspective. You're looking at them with envy for a reason. You want what they have. Why not simply humble yourself and ask? Why not try to figure out what are the differences between that individual and me? And oftentimes when people get caught up in fairness, there's this very disingenuous aspect of it, of you are not willing to put in the work or effort that person over there has put in. You are not willing to do what that person has done. You are not willing to sacrifice what that person is sacrificing to obtain what they have. So this is why, as a man, focus on yourself. Focus on your current position. And if you don't like your current position, focus on how to improve it. Don't waste time worrying about fairness. This isn't fair. That's not fair. It's not fair that I'm not as pretty as her over there. Get over the whole notion of fairness, because as we've known from childhood, life is not fair. Focus on yourself, your own situation. If you want to do better and be better, it starts with you and not them.